As you've seen with all the modern vehicle developments, electronics is playing a pivotal role in the technology, and the industry talks about software-defined vehicles. So that's where it becomes extremely important to the automotive industry, because if you're relying on software to be the key element which defines the vehicle, its personality, its functions, its behavior, then that becomes the most value-add part to the vehicle. Where we're involved is in the hardware side of things, because to have good, reliable software, you need the hardware that is also reliable, safe and secure for that software to run on. In terms of what's new and what's driving the industry going forwards, is as the software requirement for software-defined vehicles is becoming greater and greater, the pressure on developing more and more advanced silicon is becoming a lot higher. And obviously you reach a point when you're developing your chips in terms of area, power, cost. So we're seeing a significant shift right now in the automotive semiconductor industry towards what we call chiplets. So instead of having a single die, we have multiple dies in a device, and that brings around the benefit of it. It helps with the overall complexity development, the overall cost, and it should speed up the overall development. One of the areas where Siemens is extremely well placed is we have such a breadth of technologies that we're in a really unique position, and that we can put together a complete end-to-end development flow for automotive semiconductor ICs. And that's where it's crucial to bring all of the different groups within Siemens EDA together to really showcase that end-to-end flow and all of the technologies that are involved across that whole segment. The safety standards and security standards are still relatively new, but we see big advancements in terms of safety requirements as we move forward. So if we look at, for argument's sake, an end goal of fully autonomous driving vehicles, and I still think we're quite a way off from that, the level of safety that we have now compared to the level of safety that we will require in the future has to continuously improve. So even though the standards today mandate certain things and the technology is there to provide those, we see that there's going to be an increase in terms of what those safety requirements are. And Siemens already developing new products to help address that, in terms of basically increasing the amount of safety coverage within a semiconductor to address any future standards and safety requirements that are coming along. So we're seeing a big shift in safety. With regards to security is always a challenge, because people don't see security as a value add to their product. So it's very difficult to show value in adding security. However, with the situation right now with some of the events going on around the world, security is now getting a special focus, and we expect to see a big increase in the security activity going forwards. So we see right now there's a huge shift in the way that automotive semiconductors are being developed. We see a lot of investment for a number of different areas. In Europe in particular, Governments are investing quite heavily in semiconductor development, and quite a lot of those funded projects are automotive related. So in Europe, we're really leveraging the expertise that we have already and making the investment to make sure that Europe is the number one supplier of automotive components. So I think, yeah, it's a really exciting place and time to be in Europe, and with all the developments going on.